Okay, let's go. Gotta line up the windows or the mirrors. Make sure the heat's on the seat. Wow, breathing heavy here. Hang on. Oh yeah, that's that. Okay, we're good. There. And we're gonna close that. Okay, seat belt. Boy, it's cold out there. It's only -1, but there's a bit of a breeze. And the snow's kind of gone again. We've had snow, then a day of sunshine, then snow. It's here, it's gone. There we go. Got some candies ready here. Crack the water bottle. Don't have to struggle with that while I'm going down the road. What do we got here? Okay. So we got to get to the bank first. To get some money. Excuse me. It's cold. Even the ground's frozen. Oh, the recycle boys have been here. Now I just got to get the garbage up to the road now. That's tomorrow's job. There he's at the camp. I guess I could turn the heat up a bit. That'll sure help. So, I'm going to break these videos down into something a little smaller. I had it's quite a lengthy video, the last one I made, and I put it up on YouTube, and I couldn't get it to change from private to public. Now, unless they did something that I'm not aware of, because these places, like we're online, somebody comes up with a good idea, they make the change and forget to tell everybody about it, or they don't make it clear enough, or whatever. Or then, whoops, that's the postal truck. I gotta pick that up on the way home. Oh, and then, sorry to say, my mother-in-law passed away last Sunday. Today's Wednesday, and the service is Saturday for her and her husband Jerry. He's been waiting for her, and then the burial will be sometime later on here. It'll be just for the immediate family, as I'm told. But so that's just the way it is. I suppose this is why I make these videos. It's for my kids, even though I direct it to everybody, but it's for my kids. He didn't get his bucket. And so if they want to reminisce a little bit about, yeah, good thing I wasn't going faster, so I've got to be mindful of the frost heaves. Holy jeez, it's cold in here. Oh, that's why. Gotta be careful here. Could be some icy patches. got to be ready for that day. Well, you don't have to do anything. It's just going to happen when that day comes. And to think of all the time I wasted playing games on the computer or on the phone. It's like you just can't wait. Excuse me. And we got a COPD thing coming up at the hospital. I don't like those. There's two tests I don't like. The stress test on your heart, where they can get it so it's like my dad used to say, put his car in neutral sometimes. Just floor it. Big puff of smoke would come out the tail end, and he says, just got to blow the carbon out of her, Bob. Just got to blow the carbon. That's weird. That's not right either. Well, I gotta fix that at some point. Tire pressure. Now, where are we at here? Okay, we have kilometers. There it is. Doesn't look right though. I'm not paying attention. Here's one. Now, what usually happens on some of these is that there's a drain going across a culvert going across from one side of the road to the other, and the water gets on the outside of the culvert, causes it to collapse some, and it's all water logged, so it either expands and right over top of the culvert doesn't expand. And on the pavement here, it just breaks all the pavement up where what time is it? Okay, we get a hustle here. How the hell did I change this like this? Yep. And I don't know what I did. God, this mess. RPM, yeah, that's good. I'm sure you get some gas today too. The computer, or whatever you want to call it, on this Jeep goes wonky every once in a while. We had to get a new set of whatever they got to put in there for the computer to work right. So they changed the the display for your oil, the gas, and all that stuff. And they put a cheaper model in. We didn't get a clue into that for quite a while, and then after that we decided we're not going to go to that place and buy anything else. So we don't go there for maintenance or anything. Man, we live in a funny world now. The creek's open, the rivers are open, I think, all of them. So the fish will be moving back or in. Some of these creeks don't have deep enough pools in them to keep the fish alive during the winter. Ooh, I don't like the cold, so I don't think I'd really want to be a fish. Oh, you got a bunch of wood there. God. Hey, there's one more big whoop-de-doo, and I better slow down for it. Be another month or two before the road settles itself down. There's one there, but that's not the one that knocks your teeth out. Yeah, my mother-in-law, she went to school in a one-room schoolhouse up here at Kingsclear, up by the dam. And her husband was born up in northern New Brunswick, and he was an engineer. Oh, that's the one I was supposed to slow down for. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, they're doing a bunch of burning. Somebody's moving in. Yes, sir. Okay. I get somewhere where I get stopped, I'll figure out how to fix the display here. Yeah, spring's coming. Doesn't matter how cold it gets now, it's still coming. Things won't dry up until probably the beginning of June. I've seen snow on our wood road. Oh, is this guy going, or just gonna wait for me? There you go. He's the little Frenchman that I guess feeds the deer here in the wintertime. He gets one of those big bales out there and let them play havoc in it. But the problem with that is the deer are wandering all over the place in town here. We might see a dead one up here on the side of the road. There usually is one. Not only that, you don't know if somebody hits one and they could hobble off or whatever. There could be quite a few carcasses in the woods here. There's Sleepy Hollow. But it's not like Sheepy Hollow. I gotta calm myself down. My wife, she got into what do you call it? Into a zone where she couldn't remember how to do anything on the computer that I showed her for 200 times. And I had to go through it, get it done. And I don't know. I suppose I did the same thing in some parts. I couldn't run a cash register. I just couldn't figure that out for some reason. But we got a dawdler here. See if we can blow by here. So, oh, she's picking up speed. But if she's doing that, that means she won't maintain it, and I got a truck breathing on me here. Always try to go at speed limits. At least. She's 5 kilometers an hour underneath it. We got, oh good, she's turning into the church, maybe. Hallelujah. Okay, let's open her up, because I was going to pass her right here. And we're going about 85. And we put the cruise on. Enjoy the ride, boys and girls. Oh, somebody threw some garbage out on her road. Her driveway. That's not good. Down there. I don't know why you have to throw your goddamn garbage out. What's wrong with some of those people? If I get any garbage before I get to drop the dog off, I'll save it till I get this PetSmart. And they've got a couple of bins outside their door. I'll just drop it in there with the poop that people are supposed to be picking up. They even supply the bag. We've got dog poop bags in the Jeep wherever we go. On the property is no big deal. It could be months before you go buy it again. And I gotta, like when I take Storm, he loves to smell all the pee spots outside the store and the inside as well. So I gotta kind of drag him to get him through, to give him to the groomer, so she can get, once she holds the leash, that's her problem to clean up, and I don't bend over very good anymore. I have sometimes if I drop a coin or something small, it takes quite a bit of wrestling to get down to, bend down to be able to get it. And then I'm left-handed, so when I get down there, I got to use that, and my thumb doesn't allow me to pinch very good. And the way you have to shift your hand into position, it just hurts like hell sometimes. Oh, there's the tree man's house. business coming up pretty quick here, I would think. Keep him going. He's an arborist. No fear of heights. He's in his 50s. Climb that freaking tree. No problem. Alright, now we gotta be mindful of the police. These bikers have cleaned up that mess they had. They tore their, just on the other side of that White House on the right there, they tore their, looks like they gutted the inside of it. No, but they're getting ready to burn her and all, that's for sure. Or have done. Good. They have a bill. I don't know if they passed it or not yet. And the government, federal government's passing Bill C-22, which means that all the ISP, the Internet Service Providers, have to keep all the data for 1 year before they can delete it. So, it's for threats, like terrorism and whatever. What it is a big invasion of your privacy. Like, I think that's why people end up with these burners, you know, like the burner's a term used for you go and buy it. You can get it under any name you want because the guy doesn't really care who's selling it. He just wants to make the sale. That's why all these drug dealers have them, I suppose. And people doing illegal stuff so they can just throw them away. But here, they're going to, all that data is going to get saved. So if you do something wrong or you end up, well, here's a good example where it could be handy. If you are, the crime is committed, we'll just say at PetSmart, they'll be able to locate all the people been around PetSmart on that day at that around a certain hour or a time that they want, and that's anywhere in Canada. So I mean, if you got nothing to hide, you got nothing to worry about, what they say. But as you well know, doesn't quite work like that. Works for most, but not everybody. Now, if you had a past criminal history of some kind and you're a good guy now, you've decided that you don't want to do those kinds of things anymore. Well, because of your past, they could pin stuff on you that you didn't do just because you were there. You might even have drove by the PetSmart, for example, but your name gets picked up. Now, my mobile doesn't have a SIM card in it, so I only use Wi-Fi. So if I go to Dairy Queen or McDonald's or even PetSmart, Costco now, I can get messages off of it especially if my wife is home and she wants something, she can hopefully send me a message that I'll pick up and read. And she knows that I'm looking at this friggin' mobile all the time, even though it's not connected up to any internet service provider. But I do have my other account, which is the internet account from home, which allows me to log in. Handy as hell. And I think they're overcharging us for these phones, cable TV, internet, you name it. You should be able to get a communications package that costs you maybe, well, it'd be nice if it was like $25 a month, but even $50 a month would be great. So you always, like when I was in United Arab Emirates, everything was tied to the phone. So whether it was my driver's license or it was my visa to be in the country, employment, everywhere. Go to the hospital, they want your phone number. And everything's available. It's one-stop shop. Not here. We got some departments, I think they all phone in sick because every time you go there, there's maybe one person there and the person you need to see is not here today. You know. But what I liked about in UAE, I could renew my driver's license without having to go through a whole bunch of freaking rigmarole. I just stood in front of a machine for 5 minutes. It spit out a new driver's license and off I go. And if I had any trouble, there was always a couple people around that could help you. Either run the machine or if you had some problem that wasn't machine related. Now they want us to do all this stuff ourselves. Like, wait. You're gonna have to slow down now. 85 and a 70 is a bit pushing there. We'll go 77, 6. Oh, geez, look at that. Flat out. Yeah, my lower back is just kicked in and it's sore now. Busy enough. Hardly any murders. Hardly any big robberies. Mostly small stuff like break-and enters, assaults. Where if I was living in Calgary, holy jeez, anything could happen there. Same in Edmonton. Be able to go to 90 here pretty quick. And I got enough time now, at least. So I don't really have to haul on her. 92. This is they call the ring road, which is very nice. Because you go around a lot of there's a whole bunch of housing off onto the right. And then up here it starts on the left. But it saves you a lot of slow moving through the traffic. Oh, somebody left a whole bunch of these big freaking cement things there. Gonna have to get down over the hill pretty soon. As soon as the mower can get down there. And I'll have to walk up to see if the beavers will come back. Gonna get rid of them. There was a video on YouTube last night. I shared it with my daughters. This little baby beaver. I mean, it was real small. And this woman was feeding it in front of the camera. That little sucker, they didn't know what sex it was, but that little sucker, man, I'm telling you, it must have drank a liter of milk. He kept filling syringes, big ones. That little guy, as soon as he finished it, he started crying for more. So she'd have to fill it up again. She said that you have to x-ray them to find out what sex they are, because it doesn't drop down. I would like it that way too. That way when you go and step waist deep in the water, you know, and it's ice cold, you know. Okay, now we got to think about the fastest way up the hill here. And can we beat this woman to the crosswalk? I think so. She's a close one. Oh, let's quit the beard on that woman. Okay, here we are. Oh. It's getting to the point where Old Storm's going to need a ramp to get in and out of this Jeep. He's 9, and he's been doing a lot of sleeping. So he's getting close. I put up a little video on Facebook the other day. He went and got my mother-in-law's old slipper there, and he wasn't planning on giving it up until I lured him off of it, and then I could go and pick it up real fast. And he's a cagey bugger. And you want to stay away from those darn jaws of his. When he latches onto you, you know it. It hurts. He breaks the skin. You get bruising. You got to clean it up. One time I had 6 bandages on my hand. Good thing I had to go to the doctor the next day. On my hand and my wrist. Chomp, chomp, chomp. So, when I was a little kid, this woman had these 2 pugs. And she gave it some kind of a sweet on a napkin. Well, me being a nice guy, I decided that I'd help the pug by putting all the crumbs together in the middle. So I grabbed a piece of napkin and I was trying to get it so that the crumbs would all roll to the middle. Boy, did he ever latch on to me. That little bugger had sharp, sharp teeth. And I've been leery about dogs ever since then. I give them a lot of respect. Doesn't matter how big they are. Yes, sir. Right, Storm? You're gonna do the shuffle. We can't really put two back there. We could if it was Ice and Bear, but Storm and Bear, that wouldn't be very good. That'd be chaos. And if a fight broke out while you're going down the road, that would be pretty scary, actually. So, one of these roads is closed. Let me go this way, I think. We'll go through downtown a bit. Go by my grandfather. Oh. My grandfather's old house. You have to stop and pull over, but I slowed down. Okay, we gotta slow her down here. We are on Westmoreland Street, and my grandfather lives just down Brunswick Street on the right. He lived on the top floor of this place, and the set of stairs going up there, 3 or 4 stories high, was straight as an arrow. There was no landing or nothing. If you fell, you're gone. You're a goner. Okay. This is Queen Street in Westmoreland. Next is King Street. And after that is Brunswick Street. Obviously, the British named it all. And here's Brunswick for the House of Brunswick. Come on, let me go. Oh, good. So, where the hell's my grandfather's place? 224. So what block are we on here? No, this ain't it. Green light. That's where my mother and father-in-law are going to have their service right there where we just went by. We got to be there an hour early, which is good, so that we can get a good place to park. And here's Regent Street. Oh, we're going to get a yellow light. So where's everybody? Is there anybody there? No, don't think so. Okay. George Street. George Street School. Where's the sign? Somebody maybe pinched the sign already. And it won't be long. There'll be cameras everywhere here too. Charlotte Street. Churchill Road. And so forth. Beaverbrook, he's a famous New Brunswicker, Lord Beaverbrook. There's an art gallery with a Salvador Dali painting in it, by the way, down on the main street, on Queen Street. But here, with some of the streets, you might be going down Westmoreland Street, then all of a sudden they'll change the name. Like on, what do you call that? I don't remember right now. But the last one we went up before the hill, it turns into a Dundonald Street. Just a little ways down. University Street, I think it was. Turns into Dundonald. There's a whole bunch of those here. In the most part, the way Calgary's laid out, it's 1st Street, 2nd Street, 3rd Street. And then, if you live in, as I recall, if you lived in a place like Falcon Ridge, all the streets had an F. Montgomery. Alrighty. Here's Priestman. I'm not sure what that's. Must be something to do with the British. I'm watching a couple of, or watched a couple of really good World War I videos with these. One was a group of English nurses that went to France. And the other ones were Australian and New Zealand nurses that came for Anzac, and then they ended up in France. But the whole thing is that they didn't treat nurses very well back then at all. Okay, it looks clear. Get in the other lane, and we're close to the bank now. And we'll be shutting you off here in a second here. If I can get through this light. Yes, sirree. And because of this manhole I hit down here, I gotta pay attention. About a month or so. Hey, where you going there, Dolly? One of these manholes, man, I'm telling you, it was a dandy. Oh, I gotta slow down here for a sec. I gotta dig out the old wallet and seat belt. Okay, I'm gonna shut her down. This is part 1, folks.